We're going into 2025. We're going into 2025, and it's time to kind of set the record straight here. My name is B. McFly. I'm the top motivator in the world and a sober messenger. And it's all about creating peace, love, prosperity, success, financial gain, but not offer people pain. That's the difference here. It's time to talk about these guys here, man. They have been the reporters. They have been the main reporters for hip hop news, hip hop beef, hip hop discrepancies. They have been the vocal point to our community. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Now, let's be clear here. I don't have no issues with them. I don't have not one issue with DJ Akademics, DJ Vlad, Adam 22, and Flakko. I have no issues with none of them. The only thing that they need to understand is this. You guys are not civilians. You're more like dangerous cowards, but you're not civilians. I can't say that you guys are the worst people in the world. I'm sorry, now that I think about it, because what you would do is instigate, you will talk about people, you will say certain things that's like totally out of pocket. You would invite crime as long as you don't have anything to do with it. You would do a lot of things that it's a lot of things that you guys do that can't put you in the civilian category. Again, I have no problem with those guys, but they are not civilians. The minute that you start instigating fights, instigating shootouts, instigating crime, criminal activities, and you're putting it on your platform, see, it's a difference when you guys are reporters. You're reporters, you're podcasters. I get it. You're reporters and podcasters, which is nothing wrong. If people out here are giving you something to report about, why not? If they're giving you something to report about, why not talk about it? Why not talk about the things that people are doing? The rappers out here, they're getting locked up. The rappers out here, they are shooting each other. The rappers out here are being addicted to drugs. The rappers out here are being used by certain women. Yes, you talk about it because you're no different from a journalist. You're no different from a news reporter. The only difference between a journalist and a news reporter is that they're not instigating criminal activities. They only talking about it. So when you get up here on your platform, like DJ Akademics is infamous for this. He tries to perpetuate that he is a civilian. Like, I'm calling the cops. Listen, I'm a civilian. Holy, holy. Y'all got to get y'all get back. You ain't saying nothing in Atlanta. You go at Little Baby, you go at Meek Mill, and you say, and yes, you are to some degree. DJ Academics sometimes is protecting himself, but then you go at women too. You go at a lot of women. Like, so you can't play the role as a civilian. You are not a civilian, DJ Academics. I don't have no issues with you. You are getting a monetary gain off of people pain. However, it's not your fault that a lot of these rappers out here getting locked up. It's not your fault that these rappers out here trying to kill each other. It's not your fault these rappers out here be telling on each other. It's not your fault. So if you want to report the news, report the news. I ain't got no issues with that. I don't have no issues with DJ Vlad bringing people up there to his platform and they want to incriminate themselves. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't have no problem with you guys. If DJ Vlad say, yo, listen, come up to my platform. Come up to my platform and let's talk about the things that you're going through. And if some of these rappers want to incriminate themselves, that's not DJ Vlad's fault. It's not. But you know what you're doing when you bring these people up here, and which you instigate a little bit, you antagonize a little bit. So at the end of the day, you're not a civilian either. Adam 22. You are surrounded with gang members, bro. You surround yourself with nothing but gang members. Gang members is up there talking about what they're going to do to each other. Gang members up there talking about they got paperwork on certain people. Gang members up here doing everything damn near ready to fight. You love it. You instigate it. You antagonize it. You are surrounded with aggressive gang members. And your only gripe is, don't bring it to you. Civilians don't even want to be around those aggressive type of people. Civilians don't want to be around aggressive type of people. So it's impossible unless you're trying to change the mindset of aggressive people. So if you're trying to change the mindset of aggressive people and you're a civilian, then yes, you're going to walk through the communities. Yes, you're going to want to sit down and talk to people that appear to be gangster and people that's committing criminal activities. Yes, you're going to want to see if you could come to a common ground to see how can we change the mindset of these guys that are putting in work, these guys that are committing criminal. Yes. But Adam 22, you love it. You're not a civilian. And Flakko, you're definitely not a civilian either, sir. I watched you instigate guys going back and forth on the internet. I watched you throw subliminal hits to people. I watch you instigate and antagonize. I watch you, just like everybody else, cheer it on. I watch you cheer people. I watch you cheer rappers and gang members. I watch you cheer it on, Flakko. This is what y'all all do. And again, I am not upset that that's what I'm not upset. I don't have, listen, you can do and say whatever you want. I'm not sitting up here trying to control the narrative with y'all. What I'm saying is, do not pick and choose when you want to be a reporter, and do not pick and choose when you want to be a civilian. If you're going to report the news, the hip hop news, the hip hop culture, or just the black culture, period, if you're going to report the news, you have to say, I'm going to report the news with restrictions. My approach is not going to talk down on people. My approach is not going to antagonize people. My approach is not going to instigate. My approach is just to report the news. Okay, well, did you hear about X, Y, and Z? Something took place around that time, and come to find out, allegedly that person did this, and allegedly that person did that, and now it's a lot of bickering, it's a lot of beef going on, and we don't know what's going to take place after that. That's the news. That is the news. You're reporting the news. You're not reporting the news saying, okay, on today's news, X, Y, and Z was beefing and it created a rap beef with X, Y, and Z. Yo, X, Y, and Z got to get his lick back because X, Y, and Z is talking heavy. X, Y, and Z is doing heavy. He's saying, oh, listen, oh, and X, Y, and Z is a rat, and X, Y, and Z is doing this and that and the third. And yo, you better get your lick back, X, Y, and Z. Yo, you stupid for that, X, Y, and Z. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's like you're adding more fuel to the fire. That's what, because that's what the viewers want. Then when somebody catch you outside walking down the street or going to the mall, if you do go to the mall, what's going to happen? But I was a civilian. No, you're not a civilian. Now it's time to fight. Make sure you have a legal gun with you. Have a legal gun with you. You see what happened to Vlad TV? You was talking about what's his name? Rick Ross, talking down on Rick Ross, and then they did something to you, and now you sued them. You sued Rick Ross or Def Jam. You sued them for talking. How? How, Sway? It's like you're putting yourself in so much danger for the views. And again, the views are the views are necessary in order to get your platform going. But we're not going to sit up here and play victim when you know what you're doing. Adam 22, something just happened. Something just happened. Whack 100 and Lucy or whatever those guys are, they just beat somebody up or a couple people up in front of Adam 22 establishment. This is everything that you're into. You love this. Unless that's some, because ain't no telling what these guys is doing. These adults, right? These grown males are creating these narratives for a lot of views and likes. Yes, I do agree to that. Allegedly, somebody got beat up. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But if that is the case, if it is real, Adam 22, this is what you perpetuate. This is what you talk about on your platforms. And what else happened? It ain't that like so and so. This is what you do on your podcast. You want all the smoke, and you want all the smoke to come up here and let everybody that don't like everybody come up here and talk about each other. And you add on to it. You add on to the fuel. You add the fuel onto the fire. So you guys for 2025, I'm not going to lie to you, you're not civilians. You're not civilians. You are not, you guys are nerds. You guys are great guys, which is nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with being a great guy. You guys are very intelligent, very smart. You guys know how to articulate yourself very well. You know how to read very well. You know how to set the tone right. You know how to do interviews. You guys are very, very great at what you do. I'm not taking nothing away. Nothing. I can't take nothing away from these four guys. Again, if these rappers, people call them culture vulture. Well, they call Vlad and they call Adam 22 culture vultures. And I'm just going to say this. Listen, this is a free world to do whatever you want. If we are giving these type of people content to speak about, how could they be culture vultures? We're giving them the leadway. If you want to go up to DJ Vlad and you want to start telling your whole situation and then come to find out you're starting to tell on yourself, what is DJ Vlad supposed to do? And then he's egging you on, egging you on, egging you on. What is DJ Vlad supposed to do if you get up there on this platform and you start telling on yourself, or you get up there on this platform and you start talking about everybody and he's just egging it on, instigating, egging it on, and keep going and keep going? That's not his fault. But just know, DJ Vlad, you're not a civilian. You're not. It's not Adam 22's fault that he created a platform for for all the gang members to come up there and say what they want to say. It's not his fault. You a gang member because that's 9 times out of 10, that's what he deal with, all gang members. So if you want to get up there, and go to Adam and get interviewed by Adam 22, and you want to talk about people and you want to be aggressive and you want to talk about, guess what's going to happen? Adam 22 is going to pay you your price and bring you up there. But Adam 22, you're not a civilian because you love it. You love the messiness. Just like Vlad. Flakko, you love it too. You love it. You get behind that screen and you create these pictures, and again, you go in. You got to be prepared for whatever come with that. Because you're not being generous when you're dealing with these guys that are aggressive. DJ Akademics, you are the main one that yell out that you're a civilian. You are the main one that yell you are a civilian. You got to keep that same energy. You have the right to say Little Baby's song is garbage. You have that right. You have the right to say that you don't like it. You have the right to say whatever you want about people in their music. You have that right, DJ Akademics. But when you start antagonizing, when you start calling people names, when you start adding on more fuel to the fire, is deeper than just being a critic now. You got to stand on that. You got to stand on the principles that you believe in. Now, I tell these rappers, I'm not going to say I tell the rappers, but I always say this. It's two people that you don't want to argue with. You don't want to argue with somebody that's LBG, all that. You don't want to argue with the rainbow community. All right? You don't want to find yourself arguing with the rainbow community. Well, it's three people now that I think about it. Three people is three people that you don't argue with. You don't have a back and forth with. You don't. It ain't worth it. You're gonna lose the argument. The rainbow community. You do not go back and forth with the rainbow community. Why would you go back and forth with the rainbow community? What are you getting out to do? And when they say certain things that you don't like, and I'm talking about something that's disrespecting your manhood. Now it goes to another. Now you're taking it a step further. And when you take it a step further, it becomes a hate crime. Second, you don't argue back and forth with a rat, man. Why would you go back and forth with a rat? What are you getting out to do? What is it that, when are you going to get? And see, when a rat says something real about you, because anybody can say something real. That's the part a lot of people don't understand. Anybody can say something real. A coward can say something real. A rat can say something real. A thief can say something real. A pedophile can, a petty can say something real. Anybody can say something real. So when a rat has real facts on you, now you looking stupid. Number three, you don't go back and forth with a rich geek. Trust me. I'm not going back and forth with a nerd. Why would you go back and forth with a nerd? Because what they're going to do, if you don't have any emotional intelligence, they're going to outsmart you, outthink you. You're playing their sport. This ain't the aggressive sport where you catch a nerd and you want to put hands on the nerd. No. They're not going to play you in that sport. They're going to play you in the intelligence sport, the bookworm sport. They're going to try to outthink you by going at you on these social sites. And when they say some things like DJ Academics talking about people rap careers and stuff like that, what's going to happen? You got a person like DJ Academics that can talk about your rap career, right? And where in the state that is in right now. Talk about the money that you have. Which those two, if you're a rapper and you in money, that's the ego right there. You don't let a person like him get into your mind. Whatever he's going to say, you just let him say it. Because if you give him feedback, that's going to build his momentum up. You got to leave these internet smart geeks alone. These guys are doing exactly what the culture is allowing them to do. You addicted to drugs as a rapper, they're going to talk about you. You're out here killing and rapping about it, they're going to talk about you. You out there getting locked up, they're going to talk about you. You're only giving them fuel. How are we mad at the people that's taking the fuel and you're giving me the content, and now what I'm doing is just talking about it. That's it. You got to have some emotional intelligence when you're dealing with these bloggers and these podcasters. You got to have some emotional intelligence because it's never going to work. You're never going to outwin. You can't beat them in this internet game. You cannot win in this internet world. They are equipped. They are mentally prepared. They have strategized. They have put a plan together. Not moving with impulsive actions or impulsive emotions. This is the era of the geeks, the nerds, at one point being voiceless. The internet is the tool, is the machine for once upon a time the voiceless nerd. And they have created their platforms for ignorant, dumb, impulsive, drug addict, talented rappers like you. They don't care about how many bodies you caught. They don't care about how tough you are. They don't care about all the drama you've been through and all the nights that you were hungry and not having a father around and mother bringing multiple men in the house. They don't care. They don't care about the shooters that you got around you. If you create something, not even create, if you're out here doing something, they can create content off of you. All I'm saying is this: DJ Akademics, DJ Vlad, Adam 22, Flakko, you are not civilians. You are dangerous cowards. Because when the drama approach you, you're suing. When things happen, you're going to play the victim. Report your news. Do your interviews. But don't involve yourself with gangster. Don't don't antagonize drama, because you're going to find yourself by yourself trying to pick yourself up. You have time to, you're not denouncing your civilian card. Your actions is denouncing your civilian card. Your verbiage is denouncing your civilian card. What you try to convey, or what you're conveying out there in the community is, or to the people, is denouncing your civilian card. You have time to get that stamp back. But just know, you are not exempt. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And sometimes it's what you say and not how you say it. You can sound smart, you can sound intelligent, you can sound like everything, you can sound like you got straight A's through elementary, junior high, high school. It's not going to work if you keep antagonizing these rappers. It's not going to work if you keep surrounding yourself with these gang members. And it's not going to work if you're bringing these guys up to your platform to interview them. And now what you're doing is adding fuel to the fire. If you are a civilian, remain a civilian. But again, I don't have no problem with these guys. I don't look at these guys as if they're the worst people in the world. It's the hip hop community that's given them a platform. It's the hip hop community that's giving them content. It's not their fault. But it is your fault when you are not remaining a civilian, when your actions is not demonstrating a civilian, when your words are not demonstrating a civilian. Your character has to remain a civilian. That's it. Yo, follow me on Instagram. That's b.mcfly_. I got a book out called Anybody Can Be McFly. You can order that on Amazon. Subscribe, like, share. Just speaking from layman's terms. No gimmicks. This is just all from layman's terms. Those guys are not civilians. I want you guys to have a safe New Year's. I want you guys to change your ways, your habits, how you move and operate, because if you want to see results, you got to sacrifice. That's it. You got to sacrifice. And if you're not sacrificing, then you're going to remain content. Movement is medicine, man. Get in tune, get activated. Let's go.